has been a nurse. How many years have you been a nurse, Sue?
Since 1973.
Okay. So she's very seasoned as a nurse, and she's also a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher. She's an Ayurvedic lifestyle educator, and she traveled around the world really looking at the various natural healing modalities that are available to world travelers, I guess, in various cultures. She's also the founder of Moments of Mass Mindfulness, taking advantage of the opportunity to collect people in community and create mindful moments. And she also she holds so many roles, I can't possibly list them, but I asked her what the most important ones were for her these days. And one of them is positively empowered kids. And so she is the non-executive director of that, and it's local, working with children to give them the opportunities to live, obviously, a more empowered life. And she's also on is it the People's Health Alliance?
Yeah.
And that is alternative and complementary medicines available to all. And lastly, I think it's Living Cities Earth. And Sue, I'm going to let you explain what humaning well together really means. Thank you all for joining us today. Sue, take it away. I'm so excited to hear your meditation today. It's a special, special day.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everybody. Yes, welcome to this special Feast for the Soul, Day 8, where we are going to be in awareness and tribute to the Zen master, the Vietnamese Zen master, Thich Nhat Hanh, who passed away or transitioned 2 years ago today. And what I've done is I've taken the liberty of lighting a lotus candle for him in memory. So I'm just going to pop this here. Just a little about Living Cities Earth, and this is very relevant. As one of the co-founders, and there's nearly 100 co-founders, it's a very flat organisation. We are seeking for 10,000 cities to feel a greater sense of engagement in how their communities work, to come together to meet each other, what we call the four voices of the city. And that's business, that's people who are in government, the local power, because they hold the finances, the citizens, who make up about 93% of any city or any community, and also what we call the third sector, which is the interfaith community and charities. And when we come together with open hearts and open minds in community, with the intention of more peace, more happiness, greater well-being, and more solutions-based, we create a power. And that resonance is one of enabling. When we find our voice, when we come from that open-hearted place, things start to shift. And I strongly believe that meditation, mass meditation, groups of us coming together with that same intention will transform the world. So if I go back now to the beautiful work of Thich Nhat Hanh and his monastics, as I say, he died 2 years ago today. He was born in October 1926 and died in 2022. I knew a little bit about his work, but I was very fortunate to be invited to go on the very first spiritual retreat that the monastics did in Plum Village in France, when they opened their doors again after the period of 2 years where we didn't go anywhere. And they've been very active always about building community, building your own resilience and peacefulness to join with each other in community. So going there, it's beautiful. It's very rustic. It's called Plum Village, just outside Bordeaux, because they planted 1,000 plum trees when they arrived, and they are dripping with plums. The background is about interbeing. Their teachings are about interbeing. It's about being present with what is, and actually being present to day-to-day action, compassionate action. So I'm going to lead you in a breathing meditation, and it's an embodied meditation. So we're going to experience a couple of the meditation techniques that they showed us and they taught us, and that we were gifted to go out into the world and share the beauty. And I'll also explain at the end of this, before we stop the recording, a little bit of what they call the 5 mindfulness trainings, which is the anchor points of compassionate action Buddhism for ourselves. So let's begin. So the meditation, I'll start with an opening quote from Te, that's the name of Thich Nhat Hanh, which is teacher. And then we will move into a meditation for about 20 minutes, very simple and easy, with grace and ease. And then as we come out of the meditation, I'll say just a few closing words and then move into the 5 mindfulness trainings. And then we'll have an opportunity afterwards to meet each other. So let's begin. So let's find that place of comfort. And comfort is that reminder that when we are comfortable, we are sensing into the body. We are sensing into being present. And we're sensing right here, right now, being together. And it takes sometimes a little while just to settle down, which is fine, particularly if we've had a very active morning. And then let's just for a moment move into the awareness of the breath, just settling down ourselves to be more present right here, right now. So either breathing through the nose or the mouth, ideally through the nose. We're not changing anything. We're simply sensing the movement of the air moving up the nostrils and into the body. And we're sensing the breath leaving the body and moving back into the air. When air becomes breath and breath becomes air, this is the play of interbeing. We are one with the outside as we take it in and transmute it back out into the air. So if you've got your eyes closed or open, again, just finding that comfort. If you'd like to soften the gaze rather than close the eyes, then just simply look down and soften gently. Or close your eyes and make the eyes soft so that maybe there's little chinks of light still shining, still showing under the eyelids. And Thich Nhat Hanh says, "The joy of beginning to meditate is like leaving the busy city and going off to the countryside to sit under a tree. We feel ourselves filled with peace and joy. What a relief. Breathing in, we know we are alive. When we breathe mindfully, we reclaim our territory of body and mind, and we encounter life in the present moment. The fact that we are alive is truly a miracle. We could say there is nothing special about it. But when we are deeply aware of being alive in this moment, we see how wonderful it is. How lucky are we to be alive in this moment together? So let's start with connecting again with our breath. This is very simple. And we know simple isn't necessarily easy, but the remembrance of the breath is always in the present moment, and the body is always in the present moment. How simple is that to remember? Keep coming back to the breath. So we start with a smile. Raise a gentle smile to the lips. And then in your mind's eye, can you see yourself smiling? Sense into what it looks like in your mind's eye to really smile. Feel the twinkle of the eyes as a smile. It's not just on the lips, it's on the eyes as well. And just let that rest now so that your face feels comfortable. And we're going to move into the body awareness, breath. So as you're breathing in, say silently to yourself, I am breathing in. And as you're breathing out, say silently to yourself, I am breathing out. I am breathing in on the in-breath. I am breathing out on the out-breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. So stay with this. And on the in-breath, say in silently. And on the out-breath, say out silently. In and out. You find your mind wanders, simply bring it back to this point of attention, in and out, a natural breath. In and out. So we let that go for a moment. Breathing in, I am aware of the body. Become aware of the body. Be aware of the body. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, I smile to my body. Breathing in, I'm aware of my body. Breathing out, I smile to my body. So let that mantra go and just rest in awareness for a moment as your body breathes you. Naturally breathing in and out. Be present to the breath. And now within this embodied mindfulness practice, I'm going to lead you into relaxation of the body. So if you simply follow my guidance and relax the different parts of the body with great compassion and kindness. So with the mind, we relax the body. So let's start at the top of our head. We relax the top of the head and the forehead. The eyes are relaxed. And we are conscious of a gentle chinks of light behind the eyelids. We relax our face. And we sense the breath entering the nose and leaving the nose. We relax the jaw. We bring the tip of the tongue forward to rest behind the upper front teeth. The tip of the tongue behind the upper front teeth. And we notice if this feels comfortable, and we adjust the face accordingly and the jaw so that we feel even more comfort. We bring our attention to the throat and to the back of the neck. And we relax the back of the neck. We take the chin down just a little to feel that gentle stretch so that our head is in alignment with our shoulders. And we take our shoulders up and we take them back. Maybe do this mindfully with the breath. As we take them up on the in-breath and we take them back and down on the out-breath, we sense across the front of our chest an expansion. We may feel a little sense of tension in the shoulder blades as the shoulder blades come closer together. So in this embodied practice, adjust for comfort the front of the heart space and the back. And with this pointed attention, feel the breath moving in and the chest expands and the breath moving out and the chest falls. Be here and simply flow that breath with this restful awareness. Get your attention now to the arms resting in your lap. Feel the weight of the hands in the lap. Adjust if need be, but bringing your attention into the palms of the hands. And then maybe feeling that little pulse that's at the center of the palms. If you feel it, that's fine. And if you feel nothing, that's fine. We're bringing this embodied practice, pinpointing this area of the body as we continue to find more comfort. So we move our attention now back into the upper belly area, the area around the solar plexus, and the area around the belly button and the lower belly. And we simply relax a little more. You may feel a gentle movement of the belly as it breathes, or you may feel nothing. It's fine. Then sense into the mid-back and the lower back. Sense comfort and adjust accordingly. Moving into the pelvis, the whole area of where the hips meet the pelvis. And I invite you to have a gentle breath in and then relax the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks relax, and the upper legs maybe rotate out just a little more. Sense into the knees and the lower legs, front and back, calves and shins. Into the ankles, into the heel, the arch and the sole and toes of each feet. Feel the ground under your feet. Your mind is calm and your body relaxed. And being with this breath, just breathe naturally in awareness of entering into the stillness. And we move into the heart space, the space across the whole front of the chest, or maybe the back of the chest. And we're going to generate a feeling of joy. Generate that feeling in the heart space of somewhere where you feel great peace, contentment, and joy. As you do this, you may want to take a slightly longer breath, a deeper breath. Generate through the imagination someone or something that gives you joy and contentment. Let that go and we generate the feeling of happiness. What makes you feel happy in this moment? Is there somebody, something, someplace? Sense the feeling of expansion across the heart space as you generate this feeling of happiness. We let that go. And for a moment again, we rest in this awareness. And now we move into some positive affirmations. And the affirmations we say silently to ourselves. I breathe. I know I am alive. I breathe. I know I am alive. I breathe. I know I am the world. I breathe for me, and I breathe for the world. I breathe and be one with the air that I breathe. I breathe and I be one with the air that I breathe. I breathe for joy, to be steady and calm. I breathe to renew every cell in my blood. I breathe and dwell in the here and now. I breathe and dwell in the here and now. Let the affirmations fade and be here now with the breath for a couple of minutes in this peaceful, kind and loving space. Be here now. And now we start to come out of the practice very slowly. This is key. And we do this by raising our energy levels a little. Nice way to do this is by either rubbing the hands together or wiggling the toes and feet. But I invite you to press into the ground to really feel that sense of earthing, of grounding. Press into your feet, press into the chair that you're sitting in to again feel that connection of being held and supported. Press, rub your hands because we cool down as we move into the stillness. And then on the next mindful breath in, I invite you to take your arms up or out, whatever feels right for you. Maybe take them up. And as you do this, notice the breath starts to deepen. And then on the mindful exhale, take the arms down. Maybe we do this again. Let's take the arms up. On the in-breath, maybe wiggle the fingers as we do this. And then as we come down. So before we finish the meditation, I'd love to read you a closing quote from Tay, teacher. In Buddhism, we see that teaching is done not only by talking, but also by living your own life. Your life is the teaching. Your life is the message. And since I continue to sit, to walk, to eat, to interact with the Sangha and people, I continue to teach. Even if I've already encouraged my senior students to begin to replace me in giving Dharma talks, he still teaches from afar. So before we go any further, I'm just going to share the 5 mindfulness teachings, and then there's a link where you can find these. These are the teachings for into being. The first mindfulness training is reverence for all life. The second mindfulness training is true happiness. The third is true love. The fourth is loving speech and deep listening. And the fifth is nourishment and healing. And the nourishment and healing one I'd just like to share with you is about cultivating good health. I am committed to cultivating good health by eating edible food, being mindful of sense impressions, what we take in through the senses, through the power of volition, of choosing our own path, free will, and by consciousness, being very present to the here and now. So I'd like to thank you for being with me, being with Peace for the Soul, and I wish you a beautiful day. Namaste.
Thank you, Sue. That was